When is your flight, ma'am?
My bag is packed. I'm a gypsy that we don't know.
See, the former time we had for this is 10 to 1, which we don't observe at all. So, eventually, you just see where you can wrap, and this will continue. We will continue to converse.
That's what.
So, you decide around 1 o'clock when you would want to stop.
It's about 10 to 1 already.
So,
And,
you imagine that you will stop at 1:15 hours.
This you have seen, rather because
Anyway,
I think.
without that, you take your time, don't exceed 1:30, and whenever
That's
you
what,
feel.
because I rather you see the other part, which is the stories I've created.
Yeah, sure.
Because this you have somewhat seen. I think Payal needs to be also shown.
Yeah, she is pretty good.
No. So I want to show you the creation.
That is more important.
Yeah, please. So I'll begin with what we were talking. This gentleman talked of Darwinian thought. So I again have a story to tell. I was wondering if you know this story, but it's. I always teach biochemistry through the story of the scientists. So when we talk of survival of the fittest, because we do Darwinism and Mendelism during our study, then Darwin was a waster, for your information. And he was the village bum, as you call him, doing no work. And he got married to one lady and had 11 children. And his wife was a Tartar. She was very, very dominating. And she said that you do nothing else to take care of children. So what happened was his sixth child once fell ill. And because Darwin had no work, the wife said, you sit and keep an eye on that child and take care of him while he's ill. And through the night, the fever, kind of became more and more intense. And the child died. But during that night, there was a great transformation in Darwin also. Because he said that if all 11 children are growing up in the same household, they're eating the same food, living in the same environment, and listening to the same boisterous behavior of my wife, what is the reason that this one sixth child couldn't handle it? And you won't believe, it is from there that the theory of survival of the fittest arose. So I know you like the story, but what does it have in art flash fiction? I think in the world where we have no time, flash fiction is the survival of the fittest. And if the fittest, that is what I do. So now when you move out, there will be some stories which I have on it. So don't worry about this. Quickly, I'll tell you that we then went into Thursday where I gave you a lot of tools. People liked it because vocabulary is the backbone to this whole thing. And the more we build up the vocabulary, the better for us. In school, we had a series of books. I don't know if they're continuing now. They're called Words Are Important. You'll be surprised to know the series of 6 books are still kept because they are a set of dissimilar words. And you're supposed to, as an exercise, and we did it from standard 7 to ICSE. And it was, you write 6 similar words, write down the sentences based on those words and try to knit 3 words of the previous page with 3 words of the following page and keep on writing. So probably they were preparing me for the smile today from St. Mary's Kanpur, and I didn't even know it. So this is what I mean. So this no one is going to teach us. It's the love of language that is going to drive us to compose that shade. How sir immediately brought it and gave it to me, or the way one sir is always quoting and telling us so many things. I mean, it's like a tsunami which we are surviving. That time, because he's full of it. 10 to the power of 14 cells is what the human body is made of. Sirs, 10 to the power of 14 cells are amazing. So, as a biochemist, I'm very interested. What is there in this?
Your next PhD should be on that.
Yeah, thank you with your blessings. I am the eternal student, so I would really like to
share your insight with this company.
I will do that. I will do that.
And not in flash fiction.
No, not in flash fiction. Not in flash fiction. Okay. So as I said, just one small thing. Lot of use of adjectives. Now don't let us get caged in words and uh, uh, figures of speech and whether it should be a metaphor or something. You have that freedom, Nidhi, and at the same time you be coherent. Don't go at a tangent because then the person is not going to understand what you say. मैं कहना तो ये चाहता था लेकिन समझे कुछ और वो और फिर क्या आगे हो गया. So that way. So the quick brown dog jumped over the lazy fox is a vivid way of stating facts. So many adjectives we are using. And at the same time, you can make a story before, after putting this as a model sentence. Then dictionaries, thesaurus, do not use the spell check. Like I always say, computers are getting smarter, human beings are getting dumber and lazier. And again, a little lesson in biochemistry. You are born with 16 billion neurons, and out of the 200 types of cells in your human body, the neurons are the only one which don't reproduce. The neuronal death is only based on one sentence: use it or lose it. If you don't use your brain, you lose your brain. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia is a reality. And in the wonderful statistics of American healthcare, because they are the ones who invest the most money in stratified and structured healthcare, it is known that Alzheimer's is coming down to people who are even 36 years old because they are so busy, substituting the use of the human brain with technology. Technology is an aid. It is what we call a prosthetic group. It's not the enzyme itself. Enzyme has to be enzyme. And therefore, learn spellings, memorize, chant. These are the rainbows of avoiding Alzheimer's. Recite, sing, laugh together. Laugh by yourself also. No problem. And see the humor of it. So that's what is going to help you to get enriched as a writer. There is no prototypic writer, it's what you make of yourself. Just as there is no prototypic human being. These are some of the details and lots of the processing software which I gave. Militant and meticulous, enjoyed by everyone, and I was really happy about that. Then on Friday, we went in for microfiction, sudden fiction, short shorts. Already Payal and Nidhi composed 2 stories sitting here. And they shared. So this is the quick downtime. Didn't you say I had these words, these sentences, and that's. And
There's
micro
another file also. There's another file in HR.
Mathu. So micro minis, very small words we call it. Just the taste of it. Like I said, Eureka is one word. Real micro mini. It can be made into the life story of Arthur. No problem. DNA can be interpreted by everyone in a different way, even daily news and analysis. I teach it in the communication, and for me, DNA, I draw the structure. Because for me, it's genomics. So, DNA could be the backbone of society. DNA could be a thought process.
There is a entire, I think, program on CTV.
Yes,
on
yes,
DNA.
and there's a newspaper, sir.
Yeah, there's a newspaper also.
Yeah, where they just pick up news and analyze.
Yeah, and there's a blog also.
Yes, and people are happy to buy, that paper, oversubscribed it is. And it comes in a little later than the normal Times of India and
Correct. Correct.
So it's like it's what we used to say late dark. पहले होता था ना गांव में अखबार अंत में जाता था तो कल की खबरें आ जाती थी तब तक लोग उसका एनालिसिस भी कर लेते थे और फिर बैठ जाते थे चौपाल में और फिर फ्लैश फिक्शन होता था और बाकायदा सब खुश होते थे therefore EQ is very high if you start writing flash fiction last week I never got acidity. Last week I was less stressed. No, I'm serious. And last week was the busiest lab. आप चलिए मेरे डिपार्टमेंट आपको पता चलेगा मैक्सिमम एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विच वर रियली बिग टाइम वी डिड, बट उसके बीच में मैं निकल रही हूँ, कुछ कर रही हूँ, सो इट्स एडिंग टू योर हैप्पीनेस क्वोटिएंट.
No, therapeutic, what
Yes.
Madan ji was saying.
Absolutely.
Extra juices flow.
Yes.
That's true.
And you are connected. You are not haywire. Your thoughts are not being given time to be errant. Like I said, पागलपन के लिए कोई स्कोप नहीं है. आप जुड़े हुए हो और हंस भी रहे हो, खुश भी हो रहे हो, मायूस भी हो रहे हो, गुस्सा भी हो रहे हो, सब दिखा था मुझे उन व्हाट्सएप के पोस्ट में. बहस भी चल रही है, एक दूसरे को कन्विंस भी कर रहे हो, सब कुछ हो रहा है. उसी में मैंने हम एक लाइक वी से अमृता सिंह चौथा कमरा. आई एम श्योर यू रेड दैट. So what is Amrita Pritam, sorry, not Amrita. She said that दिमाग में 3 कमरे तो हैं, एक जो सबको सामने दिखाते हैं, एक कुछ परिवार, दूसरा समाज, तीसरा, और एक चौथा अपने लिए बना लो जहाँ पे कोई नहीं जाएगा, आप अकेले जाओगे और वहाँ कभी जाया करो, सुकून भी मिलेगा. दैट इज द जिस्ट ऑफ इट. तो मेरे हिसाब से वो फ्लैश फिक्शन वाला कोर्स कुछ हमने परमिशन भी मिल गई डीमोनेटाइजेशन में, और हमने कंस्ट्रक्ट भी कर लिए चौथे कमरे.
काफी लोगों को चौथा कमरा जो है सीखने की ट्रेन भी करना पड़ता है.
हाँ सर,
मतलब see those who are more evolved, they learn it themselves.
Correct.
And those who are less evolved in some sense, evolved in quotations, they need to be actually taught.
Correct.
And of course, all of them will not go through with the same felicity or with the same,
Yes.
So that will vary. All
And Nidhi has been a catalyst for her daughter. In that way,
Yes, I was just sharing.
yes, please share. Please share.
Please share.
Please share.
She was not a very, very active participant, however much I wanted her to be. But yesterday I was out in the evening and she sent me a WhatsApp message and she says, I have decided that I am opening an Instagram account for poems, quotes, and inspirational, motivational things. I was like, okay, hang on, where did that come from? I actually wrote that. And she said, flash fiction. I was like, brilliant. Wow. So I'm actually thankful to Pansar and Matt because I had not expected that. She's not a very, very avid reader or a writer, though I think she has the potential. But so I think if something like that can happen with and I know her participation has been minimal. So I think it speaks a lot. The entire idea, sir, of flash fiction being effective in that sense is, I think that's proof enough.
And downtime to pull people into the Chauथा Kamra is relative. Our children are very observant. We feel that we need reaction time of X minutes. They react in much faster than X minutes.
Yep.
And I'll just share something which happened just this morning. I took a picture with her because I want to take it home. And I sent it to Mumbai and my son said, "Mera diya hua pehna tumne." And he bought this for me because day after is my birthday. So he wanted to give me the first gift. I shared his picture and he saw it. I was standing like this and I was saying, "Pehna tumne." I said, "Iske bina mera workshop kaise pura?" So it's see the reaction. And to me, I mean, that is enough. I didn't do it to show him. I wanted him, my husband and son to see sir. So you see, that's what I mean. So Nidhi tried to persuade her daughter. हर time बैठो देखो, उसने अपने हिसाब से देखा हुआ. तो आप बेशक लोगों को चौथा कमरा दिखा दें. वो कैसे वहाँ पधारना चाहते हैं या
वो सब कुछ
कितने स्पीड या इससे
या कब जाते हैं.
नहीं मतलब दिखाना is metaphor. Okay, later if they are willing, then maybe she would share the Instagram
Actually,
account.
something that she sent me because she was supposed to be here today.
Right.
And she sent it more like, okay, mom, I couldn't be there, but my contribution. She sent me this message and she sent me this.
Read up. It's a very nice message.
Ego, confusion, life, bid their goodbyes forever. That's the caption she says. And then she began with, the more she thought about it, the more she realized how important he was to her. And this time, there was no turning back. All she could think of was him, and she stood there frozen and confused on what to do next. She had a smile on her face. and her heart was finally content. Little did she know she would be mending a broken heart. This was the first time she felt this way. She was distracted all day and just could not concentrate on anything. So she went on and finally told him how she felt, just to sabotage their friendship, which once was stronger than any other.
So wonderful.
13-year-old, 13-year-old writing this sentence is very, very
Please convey heartfelt applause for the maturity as well as the open ending.
Yes.
Because you could continue the story after
Correct.
that. And therefore, all fast fiction is open ended. So, as I said, there are these terribly tiny tales which one would share the serendipity and stricture being concept. And Sir has already told that he's looking for an anthology, 500-word story, and maybe this could be the framework for the 500-word story. Just a suggestion, and we could work it out from it. So this was the take on the week's activity, and I have the pleasure, absolutely, I'm bragging to say that I don't think the airport has been ever used for something like this. You may say आप कुछ भी सोचो हो भी सकता है, but मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं सोचूं कि किसी ने नहीं सोचा. तो मैंने बहुत फिर इसका ये बैकग्राउंड भी ढूंढा और ये बनाया oven fresh for you. So what I'm going to just do is again, thank you. This is the first one. If you like, I'd like to read it out. The key fitted the lock. The door could be opened. She looked up and smiled. The signboard said, "No entry." Okay. Now digest this. And 1 minute. The key fitted the lock. The door could be opened. She looked up and smiled. The signboard said, "Welcome." This is another story. The key fitted the lock. The key fitted the lock. The door could be opened. She looked up and smiled. The signboard said, "Beware of what's in." So you can use love stories, mythology, history, horror stories also. If you like that stagger of storytelling, anything can be possible. These are three to show you, in the beginning.
Even demonetization.
Yes, anything, anything.
Micro poetry. That's a variant of micro poetry.
Yes.
A genre.
Yes.
And similarly, the usual classical poetry.
Right.
It's also, it's shorts, a series of strings of fiction is strung together in a pattern. So if you look at that way, music is yeah. What is music? A string of certain sound patterns,
Correct.
and with a kind of ornamentation, with a kind of design. So if you start looking at that way,
it is, and that is what I said in the beginning. It is up to the reader to make the orchestra. It is up to, like you say, कि lyricist lyrics लिखता है, एक musical score है. आप जिस खूबसूरती से उसको जोड़ो, फिर it becomes anything as it was.
Ma'am, like you were mentioning about the theatre.
Yes.
My wife is a theatrist,
Yes.
and I also enjoy theatre right from my childhood.
Right.
We do not pay so much importance to the person who's written the script. Even in like movies,
Correct.
ultimately the screenplay is written by somebody.
Correct.
We pay importance to the actor who enacts. So that's the person who's actually telling the story.
Yes.
वो उसको background में कर देते हैं.
Right.
Same in the music also. The songwriter and the lyricist, and then the music composer. So all of them go together, then that song comes out.
I didn't mean that kind of music. I meant classical, kind of classical Indian music. With pure sound.
नहीं उसको भी तो
pieces no.
या उसको भी तो उसने
strung
notes को
together.
करके ना सारे गामा का combination जो है.
I was referring to that sound.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
fact,
but this all depends upon culture. I mean, Mozart, Beethoven.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
See, in the Hindi film industry, rather than Indian industry, it's the face which matters more.
Correct.
And there was yesterday I heard about this. Ki Javed Akhtar finally said that there will be a film for which the writer will be paid more than the actor. And it was one of the films. उसमें 10-15 लाख मिलते थे. Actor को 12 लाख मिले, writer को 15 लाख मिले. So it depends upon what is valued by whoever it is.
yeah, and how much ever magical the script is, especially in theatre. It is the way the person enacts it clearly. I'll give an example. We had that Marathi film, and I encourage you to see because you all are of artistic bent of mind. Katyar Kaza Ghusli. That is now a film which was released last year. Shankar Mahadevan gave the music and so on. And
Could you name the film again?
yeah, it's Katyar Kaza Ghusli. I will send you on your message.
Please,
But
please.
originally it was a play.
Okay.
You'll be shocked and surprised that Vasant Rao Deshpande was the one who acted in it. He got a heart attack playing that character, so intensely. So they had the protagonist who played it changed 3 times because you needed a background of classical music because he is a singer. I'm not going to tell you anymore. You see that. It's a bit, and it has English subtitles. So you can get it even on YouTube. You please see it, and it has amazing classical scores. So what I mean is language will never be a deterrent to work it out from. So largely it is how you improvise. What is the name once again? Yeah, it is Katyar Kalzar Husli. That means Katyar is a dagger. Kalzar means your heart. Husli means it enters.
And the eating was a one-page story, and the treatment it was given by Spielberg. It created entirely
Yes,
different
isn't it?
universe. So visual medium is always treatment.
Correct.
How you treat that story, maybe half a page story. So we are not going to give much credence to or laurels to Satyajit Ray for that one page story. But the way Spielberg treated it.
So the next I wrote was wind blowing in his hair, thoughts of his childhood tryst with the swing. He shivered. Then he could see, now he couldn't. The slippers were ornate, vivid, and elegant. She started to put her paws, swarthy foot in the left one and stopped. Weren't Cinderella's slippers made of glass?
Wow.
हम लास्ट पोएम पे मैं कहना चाहूँगा
बिल्कुल
कि हम लोग बचपन में झूला के पेड़ पे झूला डाल के झूलते थे
बिल्कुल
एंड सडनली केम टू टायर वो जो भी सामान में डालते थे वो सारी चीजें स्टोरी एक फ्लैश में आ गई उतना सा पढ़
बिल्कुल इसे कहते हैं ट्रिगर इन एंड आई डिड नॉट यूज द वर्ड टिल नाउ बिकॉज़ आई थॉट आप रिएक्ट करोगे तब मैं ये वर्ड इस्तेमाल करूंगी फ्लैश फिक्शंस one USP is it provides a trigger for you to connect with your life and move from there. And that I think we achieved that.
Now you can say triggers the neurons.
Yes. And, okay. At this point, with the time going against me, I don't know why it's doing it, but never mind. That would be. आपके निकलते निकलते थोड़ा सा. I'm so tempted to be all of this. How much time do you have? Can I just move quickly? Please. Carry. No, I will not stop you. I will not stop you. I will send it. No, I don't. Okay. I was talking of. The quill moved effortlessly on the scented paper, pouring romance. Was the bird whose tail feather made this quill in love? She mused and blushed.
Too good. Very nice.
The chubby fingers wrapped themselves around my index, and the cherub smiled. It was heaven. I'm looking at sir. जब आपके नवासे आएंगे आप कैसे? हमारे आने बाकी हैं.
It's a great feeling.
Yes. The stillness was deafening, and a lamp flickered. Should a chill run up my spine, or should I just enjoy the tranquility?
chills and pain.
I don't think so.
No.
The spectacles perched on the nose, the wizened face puckered in concentration, and postcard in hand. Triumph of adult literacy. वो महफिल से ऐसे जा रही हैं हम उनको रोकने की कैसे कोशिश
My loss. I'll wait for it to be posted on YouTube. Ma'am, it's been a great joy, great pleasure having you, and absolutely. I hope to meet you again.
Yes.
All the best, ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
He held her hand comfortingly, and slowly they began to climb, confident together. She was 3
He was
and
4.
he was 4. He adjusted his crutches and placed his hand firmly on her shoulders. She folded her white wand and kept it away. Together they moved, now complete.
That was kind of something in that.
You too, I can read your face. That's not flash fiction.
That is biochemistry.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope some neurons are coming.
You choose your color, she told him. The backdrop I have made is neither black nor white.
It is great.
It is grey.
Great.
Let's play name, place, animal thing.
Thing.
We used to play it in school.
Yeah, please.
I
should
love
go to
winning,
that.
she said laughingly. He nodded amused. I love to
Let you win.
The scented candle flickered. What is it? A draft of errant wind? Or he saying, your wish is granted? I'm a practicing Brahmin, so little for God also. The he here, from my side, is God.
Very capital.
The window has grills, she noticed, and sighed as she looked down from the height. No room for stray thoughts. Go home now, they told him, and he sped off homewards. Would there be yellow ribbons on the old oak tree? You remember that song? Yes. The Bentley purred to a stop. She alighted. The elegant modern day Cinderella. Fearless of midnight. The level crossing closed again. We would be late for school, the children thought. The train chucked past them. Valentine. हम कानपुर में जब स्कूल जाते थे, this was our premise. COD का जब फाटक बंद रहता था, we would be late. So I thought of my school days.
Yeah.
Wow, what a mustache! The imp thought as he gazed at his father. One day mine will be better. Wow, what twinkling eyes! The man thought, looking at the imp. A splitting image of me
at that age. Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Oodles of butter generously flowing down the sides of the warm golden toast. Breakfast in the manor was a stately affair. She heard the temple bell as she hid the chappals under the bush. She smiled satisfied. Her chappals were new.
ये बहुत होता है मैम, ये चौथा सेलिब्रेट चप्पल चोरी रहते हैं. So embarrassing. So I always put one chappal at this end and the other chappal at the other end. And mix it up.
I walk back bare feet from
सबके साथ ये हुआ है. कभी कभी
पुरानी होती है नहीं.
The apple was larger than both his tiny hands. He would share it with her. After all, she had the knife.
That's really interesting.
Her bridal mehndi hid her husband's name. Find him, they said. She smiled shyly. How many years would that take? होता है ना मैम
लिख पाते हैं.
And then we know our
And then I'm going to interpret it and say that who knows how many names he'll find.
that is the branch outside the window moved again. The bird had perched himself cleverly. He was not a messenger, he was the message.
खालिद का एक शेर है कि कासिद के आते आते खत एक और लिख रखूं। कासिद कहते हैं मैसेंजर। कासिद के आते आते खत एक और लिख रखूं, मैं जानता हूँ क्या वो लिखेंगे जब।
But here also what I meant was the kind of birds which come will bring the nice idea about what is the season. Like the first blue jay, the first bulbul, the first that kind of thing. Then Kanpur ki yaad aayi. Bharadwaj, the golden pheasant used to be there very much in our school. In this weather, we used to have them coming because our school is huge. So वो आते ही पता चलता था अभी बस ठंडी आ गई हाँ फिर यूनिफॉर्म भी बदलना पड़ता exactly we had a
I know St. Mary's, ma'am.
Yes,
I know St. Mary's because we were in Kanpur for 5 years.
अरे so nice. Locate the known points she was told. Would a note do? She asked timidly. No, he roared. You can't toss it. And notice timidly and roared. So I end by saying the universe is not made of atoms.
It's made of
planets. I am not going to thank you because your soul enriching company and everything that you've done to me just continues. I'm going to take a bit of you to Mumbai, and for that I'm eternally grateful.
Madam, we have your number, but we don't have your email.
Yeah, I'll give it. It's very easy. Dr. Jyoti Vora at yahoo.co.uk. I'll give it this. So thank you so much
And
for
we shared this PowerPoint presentation so we can upload on this.
Definitely.
Dr. Jyoti Vora.
Or continuous at yahoo.co.uk. Dia.
Jyoti Vora.
At yahoo.
There is no D in it. Email. At
yahoo.co.uk.
एक मैम आपने बात करी थी
जी
सर के लिए कि वो 10 to the power something शब्द आपने कहा कि बहुत सारे शब्दों की हमें नॉलेज होनी चाहिए। बहुत सारे लोगों को शब्दों से ज्ञान भी होता है और बहुत डीप थिंकिंग भी होती है लेकिन एक्सप्रेशन नहीं आता। तो सर के पास तो ज्ञान है उसके साथ एक्सप्रेशन भी है। ये बात किसी ने गालिब से पूछी थी कि आपके पास इतनी बढ़िया पोएट्री आप कैसे लिखते हैं? And his reply was, आते हैं गैब से ये मज़ामी ख्याल में। गैब कहते हैं अंतरिक्ष और मज़ामी कहते हैं जो भी हम बातें कर रहे हैं। आते हैं गैब से ये मज़ामी ख्याल में, गालिब शरीर खाम हवाए सरोश है। सरोश एक एंजल होते थे, उनकी जो राइटिंग थी वो मुझ में उतर के आ जाती है और सारे ख्याल आते हैं अंतरिक्ष से। बाकी जितनी नॉलेज है वो सब ठीक, लेकिन
सही बात
आता सब गैब
हाँ ऊपर से।
वो तो सही है कि this whole thing is a divine intervention. That's why I said that.
When was this phrase coined for slash fiction?
A few years ago. Only a few years ago.
Is there a Wikipedia?
There is.
There is. No,
But let me tell you, I mean, good. I have a better appreciation after your stories, and honestly, that many of the questions were not really in order.
If you'd been from the beginning, no, then you would have got the entire gist of it.
कहीं से भी शुरू करें।
Thank you so much.
Modern poetry is no more just snippets.
Ma'am, this is my class.
Thank you, sir. I'll also give you mine.
Take photo sessions.
One more section. Yes,
You're brilliant,
that's
ma'am.
needed.
Literally brilliant.